I still got to work out that camera business. But I hope all of you guys were able to wake up super grateful to be alive again another day in this experience. Hope you're able to maintain that high vibe all day, telling yourself everything you needed to hear. We're going to jump into this episode tonight pretty quickly, but there's a couple of things that I want to mention quickly before we jump into our episode on grounding. Okay, so if you guys aren't aware, check out the Breakthrough Summit #2. The link is in the comments. That's an upcoming event. I don't want to touch too hard on the events tonight because I want to get into our episode. But guys, please register if you haven't. Supercharge your manifestation powers. Link is in the comment. Like I said, I don't want to get into them too tough, but register. Okay. And I have to mention CFQR 600 AM. You guys, if you guys haven't checked that out, I put a link in the comments also where you guys can easily access CFQR600.com. All right. And check it out if you're in the Montreal area. Guys, welcome to tonight's episode on grounding. Who am I? Tobi Staples. I'm the founder of Alpha E Mind Mastery, and that's empowering your emotional mastery. So for those who are not familiar with what that means exactly, I want to target the energetic mind. That's what the E-mind's all about. And that's where the emotions come into it because it's energy in motion. Just for people if they weren't aware. Andy, I'm going to hand you the floor to kick off our Earth Angel Series episode #5 on grounding tonight.
Hello. I would like to start with an apology, actually, because my 16-year-old came in the house and was, here, mom, here, mom, here, mom. But I told her, so I'm live. Shh, go. But if you have kids, you understand. Anyways, we're going to talk about grounding tonight. That's something that I've always done, but forgot about for a big chunk of my life. I didn't know what it was called. I started grounding again in about November, and it has helped me exponentially. It helps me deal with stress. It helps me deal with bad days. It helps me connect and reconnect with nature, with the earth. Like if you're new to this, I have 11 children. 4 of them are adults, and they're out on their own or whatever, but it's still stressful. I still worry about them. But I still have 7 children that are between the ages of 6 to 17 still living in my house. So stress, yes. But anyway, life is stressful. You could have PTSD from trauma you've been through. And I can say that I have PTSD also. But when I feel overwhelmed and I forget in the morning to go outside and ground, I remember when I start feeling the effects of not grounding. I have to immediately drop what I'm doing, go outside barefoot, because I live in a place where there's a bunch of hillbillies and we were born and raised barefoot anyways. So it doesn't bother me a bit to go outside with no shoes and socks on and just stand in the grass. I've done it with cold rain all over the grass. I don't care. If I'm feeling stressed, there's nothing better than just going outside and standing in the grass or in the dirt barefooted and feeling the earth's energy just melt away your stress. Tobi, can you give us some information on the health benefits of grounding?
Oh, for sure. It's scientifically proven that there are enormous health benefits because it re-regulates your whole body. You know, I won't talk about what happens in the brain when we get into later topics, but you know what, guys, I hope you have a pen and paper tonight because I'm going to give you a list of things that happens in your body that are the effects of grounding. Okay. I'm going to give you a list of things that it improves first. And then I'm going to give you a list of things that it reduces within yourself if you actually apply grounding to your life. So it improves your mood, your heart rate, your blood flow, your immune system function in itself. So like your white blood cells, the cytokines, okay? It enhances and improves your quality of sleep. So if you guys are having a hard time sleeping, grounding is key, okay? It boosts your metabolism. It heightens and enhances your wound healing, okay? So if you got wounds that are having a hard time healing, ground. It'll assist you. Overall physical function and energy, it enhances it, it improves it. Okay, what does it reduce in your body? Hey, guys, if you're working out and you got muscle soreness, well, it reduces the post exertion muscle soreness in your body. Okay, it reduces pain, it reduces inflammation. It also reduces your autoimmune signaling. You know what that means? That means that your body is not so quick to respond to little things that your immune system is going to jump at. Okay? Other things, stress. Do you know it prevents disease? Why? Because disease is a disruption and a distortion of your energetic body. Big time. And all of the centers and the flow of it within you. So grounding is really beneficial to reduce disease. Also, it reduces fatigue and tiredness overall. Within 30 minutes, you feel the benefits of this. Factually, scientifically proven. Andy, take her away.
I, for one, do feel a lot different after I've grounded in the morning and went to the gym because I work out 6 days a week. Um, it's a good stress reliever too. But if you ground before or after doing something strenuous with your muscles, like working out, or say you have a job that you lift heavy things all day, every day, you'd be surprised how grounding alone can reduce the muscle soreness and any inflammation in your joints. I've got arthritis in my knees and my back. The only explanation I can come up with as to why I'm still walking and walking upright is that I ground every day. I go outside and do grounding. There's nothing there, ibuprofen, nothing can touch the pain. I started grounding again back in November. Guess what was lessened? My pain from my arthritis in my joints.
Well, look, you're working out now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm working out. I'm doing everything I can to make me a better person so that I can help make my children better people, so that I can show other people, hey, you don't have to suffer in pain. You don't have to suffer with depression, anxiety, all the stuff that we've gone over, all the stuff that we'll future go over. You don't have to. There are simple things that you can do every day to save yourself pain and suffering. You just have to do it. Even if you can't, even if you are in a wheelchair, like your pain is so bad you're in a wheelchair, you can't stand for a long time, take a chair outside. Sit outside. Take your shoes and socks off. Scoot to the end of the chair and just feel your stress, your pain, everything. Feel it melt away. Feel the earth. Feel Mother Earth rejuvenating you. That's what she's for. All the beautiful plants and flowers and trees. And how do you think they're so beautiful? Because they're rooted, they're grounded daily.
Yeah.
We're just like the plants. We have to be grounded. Yeah, we're going to go through some stuff. Everybody goes through stuff. Some more than others, but it's still their own pain, physical or mental. But grounding, it helps with the mental as well as the physical. Toby, you want to give us some facts on that?
Sure. I love facts, eh? I love my facts.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, well, look, you mentioned a lot of things about anxiety and stress. And what people have to understand is what actually happens in the body when these things are triggered, because there's an actual response that happens in the brain that you can actually counterbalance and take control of by grounding in your own being. And there's ways and methods that we're going to talk about it. There's actually a 5 sense method that you can use, and we're going to bring it up later and discuss it with you guys all after this. But I want you guys to understand what happens within yourself when you're triggered. If you have any PTSD, if you consider yourself an anxious person, if you're high anxiety, you guys need to understand what's happening inside your emotional brain, because what's happening is a fear-based response, which is triggering all kinds of things to be overactive and on overdrive within you, according to something that is stored. I've gone through a lot of lives explaining to you guys about stored memories, stored emotions, stored all kinds of stuff. Well, if you're triggered by whatever you're processing in your environment, which we are energetically influenced every day, so you're going to be triggered by things that you may not even be aware of factually because of everything you're processing. So don't think it's just, something that you see immediately in your face that is triggering you. It could be actually anything in your environmental factors, even, that trigger you into these responses within yourself. So if you are an anxious person that kicks into anxiety, well, there's a reaction going on in there. Okay. And I'm going to explain the reaction to you. Okay. And I took some notes to make sure I don't miss anything for you guys, okay? Because look, there's really a couple of things you guys need to know. When these triggered responses happen within your body, hey, heightened cortisol levels. That's the stress hormone. So you're going to feel the effects of all of that playing at once. The norepinephrine is going to be heightened. So what is that going to do? It's going to speed up your heart rate and your blood pressure. So this is where the minute these things get triggered and we start to feel the heart racing and the stress of it all, well, it's because of the hormonal effects that get triggered and get released within your body according to these triggers within you, okay? The amygdala activity within your brain is going to heighten. Why? Because this is your feeling center and your reactive center. So this is the center that is trained and automatically programmed to feel and react. Okay. So all of this is going to be heightened according to what you're being triggered by. So what's going to happen? Well, what gets lowered? Well, the prefrontal cortex of your brain and its ability to logically understand what's going on. So your reasoning gets cut off by these hormones that kick in, literally. So what happens then? Well, then your emotional brain that's on overdrive from something triggered into that response, well, it lowers your capacity to think logically about any of it. And this is a response that happens within your brain, okay? According to the stuff you have stored, literally. So what do you have to do? You have to ground yourself. When you start feeling these things coming up, You have to take control of it, or it controls you factually. There is no two ways about it. So I think I'll hand it over to you, Andy, because I'm ready to jump into even more of that. But you know what? I'm going to hand it off to you. And when she throws it back to me, I'm going to talk about the 5 cents method, because you know what? You can engage your logical brain to you can force your prefrontal cortex to kick in and override that response by actually doing things to control what's going on within you. First of all, I encourage you guys to stop at that moment and breathe, primarily because that fear-based response triggers fight, flight, or freeze within you automatically. And you are unaware of this happening to you because you're unaware of these things stored within you.
Yeah.
You're just feeling the effects.
You have no control over that fear, flight, or freeze. You have no control. But you do have control over when you feel it. Breathe. Deep breath. When you feel that response coming on, breathe. Take a deep breath. Blow it out. Breathe in good. Blow out bad. That's what I say every time. Every time I feel that response hitting me, I breathe in and say, breathe in good. Breathe out bad. I know it sounds simple. It sounds really simple, but it works.
Yes, it works. And you know what? It's not simple. It's not simple to do when you're out of control.
Right. It sounds simple to someone that's never been out of control.
That's right. But when you're out of control, this is the key, to not let yourself get to the point that you're out of control, because you must be self-aware to the point that you feel it coming on. That's when you kick it in the butt. Go ahead, Andy.
Well, like I mentioned before, I have PTSD. I was married to I don't want to call him a man, but a being, we'll just say that, for 6 years. Every day was hell. I'm not exaggerating. Every day was hell. For my kids, for me, for my sister, for anybody that was around him for more than an hour in one day. We couldn't have company over for more than an hour because I was embarrassed. I knew he'd go off on somebody. So, yeah. So I have PTSD. My husband now didn't understand that his PTSD was different from my PTSD. He didn't understand the differences. So I've had to explain to him a few things that trigger me that I have no control over. And that's hard to explain to somebody. But I've also explained to him in recent months that when I am triggered now, that for him not to come look for me, give me 10 minutes at the least so I can go outside and let the Creator fix my brain. Let the Creator reset me to where I don't feel stressed anymore by grounding. I'll go up barefoot. I explained it to him. I said it helps with my PTSD. And I've told him multiple times that he needs to do it too when he feels overwhelmed, but he hasn't done it yet. But hopefully he will. He'll see the results and, oh, there's something to this. But yeah, PTSD is a big one. And if you get triggered by a lot of things, you definitely need grounding. You definitely need the 5-step discussion that we're going to discuss later. It's just easier to deal with life if you get back to nature. I think Toby has some more statistics or notes to discuss with us. Research.
Well, I'm really familiar with grounding. So it's not the research because you know what? I don't have to do research for a topic like this. This is why I walk to the water every morning. This is why I've implemented it because I did suffer a heart attack 2 years ago that I have scarring on my heart. The apex of my heart is scarred. I suffer angina, which is an insufficient blood flow to the heart. So, last year I couldn't even walk my dog 6 blocks. Whereas today I'm walking a couple of kilometers every morning specifically to go and ground. I go to my tree. It's like my fuel pump. It is totally regulating and assisting my healing. So I'm very familiar with the effects of grounding. And yes, when I talk about wound healing, come on, I had wounds on my body that my immune system could not close. And it is through grounding and conscious creation of manifestation, I close these wounds with the assistance of grounding. And guys, don't think that if you don't go out there with your feet in the soil that you can't do other things to get the same benefits, because you can. If you do it with your hands, it's the same thing as your feet. Your feet, why should you ground with your feet and connected to Mother Nature? Because in your feet, if you look up foot reflexology with it, which is also something I studied, all of your organs, and it's connected to everything in your body. Everything correlates, everything connects. So everything, it's vital that you connect to, hey, the energies of the earth. Do you know that we're not supposed to wear shoes? Half of the back problems that we encountered today are from walking in shoes. We are made to be walking on the ground, on the earth. That's how our feet are made. That's why we have arches in our feet. That's why we have so many bones in our feet, so we can maneuver as we walk on the earth. It's not so that we can fit a size whatever we are shoe. No. So my point of it all is grounding is very, very effective, so much so that I have pushed my heart capacity now, even with an insufficient blood flow, so they say, to the point that I can walk a couple of kilometers every morning now and go and ground intentionally. So the health benefits are beyond what, about a year ago, I never even thought I'd be able to walk to the mall again with my heart the way it was, to even now implementing that walk every day to ground. I go to that tree to intentionally ground. So it's the health benefits of it. Come on, I'm coming back from a heart attack, like I said 2 years ago, flesh-eating disease in my face that paralyzed my face, that I regained my smile just a couple of months ago, not even a couple of months ago. But what have I done? I've grounded. I've connected with Mother Nature in order to assist me, because we're all expressions of the universal love that fuels us anyway. So you better be in alignment with it within yourself, rooted in your own being and rooted to the creation of Mother Earth, where we are intentionally supposed to be without any distortion or disconnect. Go ahead, Andy.
That was very informative. Excuse me. Well, another good thing about grounding is it increases the flow of love. Hear me out. When I ground and then I go about my day, I wear a smile. I show love to everyone that I come in contact with just by smiling. I'm happy that I'm up and moving. I'm happy that I get to go to the gym every day. I'm happy that I get to walk on the treadmill for 30 to 60 minutes. I'm smiling the whole time. I know everybody's probably looking at me like I'm insane, but grounding makes me feel the love of the earth, the love of the creator, and it makes me want to show everyone the love that I feel. And it makes me love myself more because I can do this. I can heal myself. I can heal my heart. I can heal my mind. I can heal my sensories. I can heal everything just by standing in silence and enjoying what the Creator has given me.
Yes, and you know what? I think that we should jump into, because we've almost been out here a half an hour. I know that maybe we'll run a little bit more than our half an hour episode, like we sometimes do, a little
Yeah.
bit of bonus. But I think we should pull up that very visual picture for everybody to take a look at, so that they clearly understand and are rooted in the the method of what you can do to ground in your being. And that's what we're going to discuss with you. But I'm about to pull up a visual that is going to block your screen. Well, it's not going to block your screen, it's going to block you from seeing us.
Yeah.
But we're going to discuss it with you all, and it's very easy, but this visual really explains it well. So I'm going to put it up for you all. And we're going to be discussing it behind this scene. Okay. So it's the 5-4-3-2-1 method, which is readily known across the board in this coaching world that everybody's in. It is a very effective method. So please stick around to listen to it. Andy, take it away.
The 5-4-3-2-1 method works every time. I don't care who you are. You visually see the earth around you. That's what you do first when you go and ground yourself. You can see all of the gifts that the Creator has given you. Take it in, visual, take it in through your eyes. You touch things that the Creator has given us. Get close to the ground, close to the tree, the running water of a river, anything that is not man-made. You touch it with your hand, your foot, both hands, both feet. You can hear, if you're near a body of water, you can hear the water just rushing up on the sand or on the bank or rushing past you. You can hear the birds chirping. You can hear the leaves rustling in the wind. You can hear just everything around you. If you're quiet, you can hear what the Creator has given us. You can smell. The second one is you can smell. Oh, smell the flowers, smell the fresh water, smell the bark on the trees. You can smell the grass, especially if it's fresh cut grass. That relaxes me more than anything when I go outside, is fresh cut grass. Then the number one is you can feel the love around you that the Creator has given you. You can feel the love rushing through everything that is nature. We feel the love it heals everything in you. You just have to be still. Be still and feel what the Creator wants you to feel. See what they want you to see. Hear what they want you to hear. Smell the sense that nature offers and feel the love.
Great explanation. Now, guys, if you were triggered into PTSD, which is post traumatic stress disorder, or if you have heightened anxiety, or if you are in a state of depression trying to ground within your being to be okay, if there are things that are triggered within you that you feel out of control and fearful about, I'm going to run you through this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in a different way. Listen, right away. You guys can pick anything that, but look, the first thing, see 5 things, grasp 5 unique things in your environment that you can immediately see and identify because it forces the logical brain to process. So, you can pick a color if you want. So let's say you pick a color blue. Well, search for 5 things in your room that is blue. If you pick a color red, search for 5 things in your room that are red. It overrides the fear-based response that's happening in your brain and forces you to process external stimuli. Okay? So this is what it does. 4 things to touch. Well, sensory of 4 things. You know what? Touch 4 different things, process 4 different things. If one thing is not enough, do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method in a way with your senses that you remember 5 things to see, 4 things to touch, 3 distinct things to listen for, 2 distinct smells. Listen, when it comes to this kind of stuff, when it comes to touch, this is why grounding stones in your pocket are helpful. Because if you need textures to touch, you can hold a crystal or a stone in your own pocket. Carry it with you if you need something immediately. You can put it into your hand. You can, if you're in a state of extreme panic or trauma, go touch an ice cube. It's going to distort your sensory completely and it's going to lessen the reaction happening. Do you have essential oils in the house? You can sniff essential oils twice. It will change what's going on as the effects in your subconscious brain that you're not even realizing. Well, more like your emotional brain. Okay, I don't want to get you. But when you're listening for things, listen for 3 different distinct sounds. You can choose, if you're out in nature, 3 different types of birds chirping. You can listen to 3 different sounds, look for 3 different sounds that you can identify. Simple. When it comes to your nose and you're smelling, look, 2 different things. You can do essential oils. You can sniff something that is of a heavy scent. It will disrupt the response going on in your brain. And for number 1, you just need to even think of something that you love. If you can't connect with something outside of you, go within you. Find something that you love and hang on to it. And it is going to alter that fear-based response kicking in and what's being triggered in your body. So, guys, this is a really great method and it's very effective. And I can say honestly, personally, I wish I had known this method when I was going through what I had been through in my life, because it would have changed the effects on me drastically. And this is why it's so important that we come out here and we share it with you all.
We hope that we reach people that need it. That's all we want to do. We want to help people get through and make a better life for themselves, not just survive. Surviving is not living. That's just surviving. We want you to live. We want you to enjoy this life. Just like I do, just like Toby does. We want everyone to get the most experiences, the most joy out of their life that they possibly can. And you can't do that if You're always on edge. And if you notice that people are walking on eggshells around you, there's a reason they are, because they don't want to upset you. They don't want to trigger you. You need to fix you. Just like I fixed me. I'm not completely fixed. I will tell you, I have flaws. Tobi, I'm sure, has flaws.
We all have flaws. There's
But
nobody that's perfect. The
right.
only thing that's perfect within our experience is the universal love that's fueling us for it.
Exactly. But we have learned to better our experiences, to better our lives. We have found stuff that helps with the crap you have to deal with daily, because you can't control what comes at you, but you can control how you deal with it.
Yeah. And even to a higher magnitude of it all, when we understand that our eyes are actually projecting our realities according to what we believe it to be, and according to what we're doing to ourselves and to the magnitude of which we love ourselves. Listen, the only change that happened to me is that I realized that I was lacking a whole bunch of self-love. That was my only problem
Me
throughout my
too.
whole life. Once I started loving myself, everything else is okay. Doesn't matter what I have to live, doesn't matter what I have to endure. None of that exists. There is factually only the here and now. And what grounding does is assists you to realign with the here and now and keep you there no matter what's going on within your own being, and literally override it. And oh, I was wondering if you were still frozen. I just looked up and saw you smiling. So, guys, you know what? I'm going to just mention to you all these fear responses that get triggered within us, that which create anxiety. Anxiety stems from fear. PTSD that's stamped there has been a traumatic, fearful response to something. Okay, so whatever trauma induced that fear that's stamped in you gets triggered in anxiety, like it forces you into depression when you don't understand it. I just want to remind you guys all tonight. Oh, what am I not seeing? How come it's not showing?
I saw it. It says fear is nothing but the anticipation of pain, whether it's physical, mental, spiritual, or emotional.
There you go, because I don't see it on my screen. I wonder why. But guys, I needed to remind you guys of that. I hope that it showed up for you guys. And, you know, we'll wrap up this episode, but I can't stress to you enough how important and beneficial grounding is for you. Number one, to be grounded in your own being, consciously, authentically you, allowing the love of the universe to flood through you and govern you the way that you were born to be governed. Because this is not a state to get that you acquire. This is the state you're born into and should have stayed in, is the same frequency as Mother Earth.
Yes.
So this is why grounding is so important, because we're energetically influenced all the time. So you must realign to the nature frequency, which is of Mother Nature and love, in order to be stable and in balance and in harmony within your being. Well, how do you do that? You got to love yourself.
Yep.
So I encourage you all to take the steps to do that. And if you're having a hard time, trust me, stick around for some more episodes or follow the content. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Come check out my TikTok. Do whatever you need to do to invest in you, to start loving you, because you matter first, primarily. Nothing should mean more to you in this world than you do.
And if you're still having problems, reach out. Reach out, message us. You know, we see all messages.
Big time. Big time. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap up this session. We've been out here on the episode number 5 of the United Earth Angels series for you all. I'm very proud that we've already hit episode number 5.
Me too.
Andy, I can't thank you enough. heart-filling gratitude. I know
Yes,
you got a
thank
busy
you.
schedule, so I'm going to give you the floor. Say what you got to say, wrap up your end, and then I'll close up the episode.
All right. I just want everybody to know that you're not alone. You're never alone. Reach out. If you don't have family members you're close to, my name is Andrea Ford. I'm on Facebook. I'm on TikTok as Andy Joe 2013. I'm on Instagram as Daughter of the One True King 79. Yes, I know it's a long one, but I'm there too. Just reach out. You're not alone. I don't want anyone to ever feel like they're alone, ever feel like they're isolated. And stress sucks. Once you start feeling stress, everything in your body will start cutting out on you, calling it quits. We can't let that happen. We can't let that happen. The world wouldn't be the same without you. You are not alone. You need to love yourself enough to reach out and ask someone for help. We're here for you. This is why we're doing this, because we want you to know that we can and will help. But we don't know if you need help if you do not reach out. You have to love yourself enough to reach out, and we will show you how you can love yourself again like you did when you were a child. When you were a newborn baby, you loved yourself. You loved everything. Nothing was out of whack. Nothing was out of place. We want you to return back to that in an adult form, knowing everything you know already. We want you to love yourself. You matter. You are important. I matter. I am important. Not just because I have kids, not just because I'm married, not because I take care of a household. I matter to me. I love me. I was put here for a reason. I have learned ways to deal with things for myself, not for anybody else. Well, kind of for everybody else, for you guys, so I can teach you. But I learned it because it made me happy. It made me love myself. That's all you need to do. Love yourself just a tiny, tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Enough to reach out to somebody. Enough to ask for help. Because if nobody knows you're suffering and you're suffering in silence, nobody can help. Not everybody are empaths. You have to do it for you. And we love you. And we want you to live this life, not suffer through it, not just survive this life. We want you to live your life. We will give you the tools to help you do that. Take it away, Tobi.
Well, guys, I really appreciate your time and your energy and you guys sticking around for this episode. I'm really grateful because that's time you can't get back. So I'm really grateful that you stuck around to hear the episode. And, put it this way, when it comes to me, I'll tell everybody this. If you reach out, I know why. You don't have to ask me for help. I'm there. Simple. And I'm really grateful for all those that have reached out recently. And I'm really grateful for all the feedback that I have gotten off of the ones that I have been able to really make an impact in their life and realign them to their own highest potential of their being and their own inner universal love fueling them. And I'm really grateful for all the feedback that I've gotten off of the books. And yes, I'll say it too, because it must be said. If you're trying to go buy my books to read a perfect book, go buy a different book. My books are real, raw, truthful, and no, they're not published by an editor. And actually, I had to learn how to publish my own books. So, you know what? But the knowledge in there is priceless. And I know factually, the ones that have read my books, it has changed their life for the better. And it has reminded them about a lot of things that they needed to know. Actually, Andy, you know what? Can you please mention to them about turning hell into heaven? Because I wasn't even going to do that. But while you're here, tell them about it.
I sure will. Turning hell into heaven is Tobi's real life experiences from as early as she can remember up until what, 2019, 2020?
2021, I published that.
2021. And the life events that have tried to bring her down, that she has come through. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to give it away because I'm going to read it. But, and for her to be the person she is today, let me tell you something. If you're living through hell right now, you need to buy that book. You definitely need to buy Tobi's book because it'll help you realize that you have control over you. There's even a little, what is it called in the back of the book?
Oh, it's the self-reflection exercises.
Yes.
That's the revised editions. Those are only available at Lulu. The other ones are globally distributed, but those aren't the edited with the self-reflection exercises and the new covers.
Oh, I love the self-reflection exercises in the back. Like of course, before I got your book and I was reading it and I finished it and I went to the exercises, I was like, wait, I'm going to write in here what I used to feel because I no longer am going through that. I've learned.
Were they effective? Were they effective, those exercises?
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. It makes you look at yourself in a different way. A way that you probably have not looked at yourself.
Yes. You know, that's the first time I got feedback on those exercises, eh?
Oh, I love something I can interact with. Oh,
Well, the first 4 books I did that. I redid them with all of them have the self-reflection exercises in them.
Well, I'm gonna have to get them then.
Well, you know what? Don't worry. You can get them because I'm right here. No, but I love your feedback. So you know what I'm interested in seeing because I know you'll read them. You know how many people I've given my books to and they just put them down and but then I see them all diseased up, crippled up. They're all struggling, they're all suffering. But I'm like, hey, wait, didn't I give you my books? Oh, okay. I can see you didn't read them.
Right.
Like, you know, I don't need to ask people if they read my books or not. I can see from the life they're living now whether they have or not.
Right. You don't have to ask. You're like, okay. You haven't done it.
But they all wanted copies. They were all going to go, oh, yeah, Tobi, I want a copy of your book. I want a copy of your book. So I give them copies of my book, and they don't even bother reading it because they're still suffering. So it's like, I'm like, there is no way possible that you picked up that book because if it had you, you wouldn't be living this right now.
No.
But people have to invest in themselves.
Yes.
You know, but I did do it for impact. So I'm glad that you mentioned it. I'm glad that we talked about it because you know what? People think that I'm out here to make $1 million off selling books. No, fuck that. I'm on a mission to impact 1 million lives.
Right. My book
Simple.
will be on lulu.com as soon as I figure. Is it .com?
Yeah. Yeah.
As
Well,
soon as
you
I
know
figure
what? In our time that we had planned for our pre-recorded mass webinars that we're going to do,
Yeah.
we'll make sure your book gets published too, so we can attach it to one of those as a gift, because I'm going to offer free gifts on our pre-recorded classes we're going to do. Oh, I guess I just let the cat out of the bag.
You
Yes.
did.
Oh, look out for the pre-recorded classes coming to Alpha E-Mind Mastery very soon. Coming to you very soon. We're about to rock this world with some real learning,
Yeah.
real impact.
Yep.
Yep, guaranteed. So I'll let everybody know who's listening and who listens on replay. Yes, I'm going to launch some classes that will change lives. Mastering energy, annihilating your anxiety, defeating your depression. Got it all in the works. So anything you're suffering from, basically, if you want it to change, well, you will be able to take my classes at your free will.
Yes.
And choice. And guess what? Feel the benefits of it and actually change your life.
Yes.
Because I am going to also do targeted classes according to my books: Turning Hell into Heaven, Your Best You, Wise Up to Rise Up, and Wise and Rising. And on that note, to celebrate Mother's Day, letting you guys all know, May 3rd, so May 12th is Mother's Day this year.
Yep.
Well, May 12th at midnight, there's a promotion launched on Wise and Rising, the conscious parenting book. I put a promotion up for 50% off of that book. Okay, so just to let you guys know, but I will promote it. But that's what I've done to celebrate mothers, and, figured that is my way to contribute to some conscious parenting in the world and in correlation to Mother's Day. So that's what I've done. And I'm willing to do what I have to do to make sure that happens. Simple. Guys, again, I appreciate your time, your effort, your energy, because where you pay your attention is where you're paying your life force. And
we're very grateful for you all.
Yes, very much so. Andy, it's always a blast. And I guess we're just going to have to push our episodes to an hour long, because we're already 53 minutes running. So this half an hour stuff, we can't cut it in a half an hour. We got too much to say. All right. So you know what, guys, we're going to do this because this means I love you in sign language. This is why we do it.
I love you.
Okay. So let's do that one. I love you. And then it's you, that, like that, right? Okay, there we go. All right, I'll get it. It's this camera thing that messes me up too, eh? I'm so like, whatever. I'm gonna have to learn, but I'm not a techie, but that's okay, because I'm not a dabbler in anything. I'm a dominator. So guess what? I'll figure it out too. Guys, we love you. We cherish you. We thank you. And look out for us. And if you need some help, hey, we're here to help. And that's why we come out here and offer this to you guys, in hopes that it'll disrupt your current belief systems about yourself and about what's possible for yourself, and take your health into your own hands and heal, because you have the capacity to. And grounding assists you enormously with that. So this is why we felt it very important for tonight's episode.
Yes.
But we love you and we thank you, and have a great night. Peace. Yes, we love you. Well, it doesn't want to disconnect us, Andy. So I guess we're being forced to stay out here because it's like we're trying to come off, and it's like, hell no. You guys are stuck up there. So you better just gab to the world a little bit more. Let's see if I'll end this stream now. Oh, wow. I guess it really doesn't want us to come off of here.
No.
Okay.
I don't have an end button on my side.
Well, that's okay. I've hit end stream a couple times and it keeps saying having trouble connecting. Please check your internet connection.
Oh, well, no.
Obviously, I'm on the internet if I'm live. What's wrong with them?
Right? And there's people watching. So,
guys, look at that. We're being forced to stick around with y'all. So what do you want to chat about? You know what? That's okay. Do I have a card handy to pull a message? Andy, talk to them a minute. I'll grab a deck of cards.
Okay, cool. Well, I hope everybody can gain some knowledge and wisdom from our United Earth Angel series. Of course, if you've watched us before, we appreciate you. We're very grateful. And if you have watched this whole video, we're grateful too. If you missed the live, that's okay. If you missed the beginning and came at the end, you can watch it again when the live ends. If Tobi's internet will ever let us end it.
Yeah, that's crazy, eh? Usually I block internet. Well, that's probably what happened. It's my energy. It messes it up.
Whoa, oh, my.
Whoa. Okay, hold on here. Light body, crystal grid, transmission, and activation. Starseed Oracle. There we go. We know we activate people, though, Andy. Yeah, I'm an activator big time. Step into my energy and you get activated.
Activated.
Right. Is there any messages for the collective that I should pull out of here right now? Let's see if there's any other messages from this deck. And if not, we'll run to another. You know what? A new earth. Bang, 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 bang. Yeah, we know because we're consciously creating it. A new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Do. Oh, I just love this. I just love all the validation. I guess we were meant to spit these messages out first.
Yeah.
Messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. Bang! That's what we do. And that's what we do at the United Earth Angels series. Is there any messages for the collective that you would like to share more? Let's just see. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Exactly what we're telling you guys about. Choice. Loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms. Density. Addictions. Let God in.
Mm-hmm.
The 7 Star Sisters, Birth and Creations and Tapestry of Life and Expression. Well, if that's not validation for you all tonight watching, I don't know what is. So on that note of the messages that were probably wanting to come to you all before allowing me to stop this live, because that's how the universe works.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know what? Let me just see, because I feel like there's all kinds of love in the air from the universal love. So let's pull the Lover's Oracle deck and slap out some messages.
Yeah.
I'm feeling the love of the universe when I get called to pull cards and blocked to come off the live. So you know what? Hey, whoa. All right. We got messages. Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and let your love life. Oh, wait. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. Yeehaw, I'm waiting for that. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Yeah, especially getting blocked just so these messages can come out, huh? I get it.
Yeah.
Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Oh, yes, because my divine partner's coming in hard. Oh, did I say that out loud? Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Oh, look at that. Confirmation, validation. Boom. Power couple about to happen. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. Oh, yes, I do. Okay. Any more messages for the collective? Before we try to come off the live here. You know what? Yes. Sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. And soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this, and they will manifest physically. Woo! And I'm talking soulmate talks. Look at that. If the universe isn't validating to me what is being told to me, I don't know what is. I can't make this shit up. Embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. I tell you, it's about the power couple, eh? Yo, it's coming in hot and heavy, eh? Watch. Anyway, we'll talk about that off the live. The messages that I've been getting are coming in hard and heavy. My life is about to change in a blink of an eye. And this divine masculine who's supposed to replace the soulmate that turned karmic is apparently like no other. And apparently, when him and I join, it is going to be a power couple unlike anything ever seen on the planet. So I am all for it. Because I'm healed. I'm ready.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready for that divine counter partnership. Let's do it. Let's build an empire. So I'm excited.
Absolutely.
So, you see what these reactions happen in me? I better start grounding.
Don't get too excited now, Toby.
Hey, when I think about it, I bust a sweat. So it's gonna get hot and steamy with that one. I know that. My greatest experience of freedom comes when I let go of what others think of me. Yeah, that's true. Hold on, there we go. Can you see that?
Yep.
See if there's any. Okay, yes. I am willing to see my sameness with others. This opens my awareness to oneness. I can't control the world, but I can control how I choose to perceive it.
Yes.
All right. So, guys, now that I've allowed the universal messages to pop out, because that's probably why we were blocked. I wouldn't be surprised. Because last episode, I think I pulled cards too, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. There was somebody in here that was feeling the need.
I trust that my intuition is always leading me in the right direction. More validation. Well,
yes.
All right. Yes, you see, we're energetically influenced all the time, even universally. So if there's messages that the universe is trying to convey, they will get louder and louder and louder until you hear it. And those who don't hear must feel. So if you do not make choices for yourself to better your life on your own, you will be forced into pain and suffering to find yourself, because it is in extreme pain and suffering that you cave to your own love.
Yep.
Actually. And a lot of people endure a lot of unnecessary stuff, points them into the whole distortion of their being until they get it right. Well, those who don't hear must feel on a universal level too. So guys, just embrace the universe that's in you. That's why it's called universe. Anything you say is. That's as simple as it is. Impossible things, working through disbelief. It says, Card 34. Impossible things. Working through disbelief. Imaginative leaps. Fresh perspective. See, that's what y'all need. Exactly what I was talking about. Okay. Universe is validating it. Simple. Fresh perspective. You can plant your own garden. If that stuff is rotten in your brain and in your being, get it out of there. Uproot everything. Clean out your garden. Destroy all the old and just keep the new and plant the new. Choices. Feeling blocked, restrained. Somebody out there is feeling blocked and restrained. Well, your power is within you. You can't be blocked from it unless you're blocking yourself. Such a curious dream, grounding, returning to reality, and coming home. You see that shit? I can't make this stuff up. So on this grounding note and message from the universe to associate with the closing of our grounding episode tonight, I will attempt to close off this live because I think the universe has conveyed the messages that it wanted to. I love you all. I'm grateful for you all, and I'm going to try to sign off of this.
Love you.
Love you all. Good night.
Good night.
Yo, it's really not letting me off this stream. It's like, forget it, girls. You're stuck out there changing the world.
Oh, my goodness.
I love it.
Hi, Rosie.
Either that or somebody just wants to keep watching. I can't even tell who's watching. I can't see anything. I just see, okay.
I see a 2 with an eyeball.
Okay, this is really hilarious. This is hilarious that we are. I think this is hilarious. Okay. So let's see. Is there any other messages that you want to get out? Because I think I'm just going to shine bright like a candle. You will make it through this. What are we going to make it through being stuck out here?
We're stuck on this live. We'll make it through
it. Oh my. I think this is hilarious. You know, usually there's technical issues, but to not be able to shut down the live, that is hilarious. Oh boy. Okay, love y'all. Let's try this again. Okay, I think this is hilarious. Andy, you know what? I'm gonna get us off here. I'm gonna shut down my Wi-Fi. So we'll connect on Messenger after or whatever, but I'm shutting it down so that the whole studio shuts down. Because yeah. Love you all. Have a good night. We're shutting this live down forcibly since the universe won't allow it to happen. If we stay live when I shut down this unit, we got a red. Oh, this is great fun. I love you, Andy, and I love everybody.
Love
you. Have a great night. All right, I'm going to shut down the Wi-Fi.
We are still going. She shut down her end. Maybe I need to leave the studio. I love you all. Contact me if you need help. Andrea Ford on Facebook. I love you. Bye.